As life began to improve for the masses, big business and the church elite became more anxious as they experienced a waning of their influence in government under President Estrada. But the moment they had been waiting for finally came. A politician who had a grudge on President Estrada broke into the scene. A politician who had been dubbed a demonstrably corrupt politician by an American court judge, Chavit Singson, who was then being probed for the anomaly over the missing billions of pesos from the tobacco excise tax fund, came out with false charges against Estrada. In his desire to stop the worsening illegal numbers game, ERAP had launched the Bingo 2 ball, which was to be legally operated by the PAGCOR. The Bingo 2 ball became a threat to the illegal numbers game operated by the gambling syndicates controlled by Singson, who relied on them for the funds that he would use to replace the billions he had siphoned off from the tobacco excise tax. ERAP's detractors immediately rode on the false charges presented by Singson. Big business, the church elite, the syndicates in the AFP and PNP who feared extermination under Estrada's anti-corrupt campaign, along with their minions in media, joined forces against President Joseph Estrada. They blew up Singson's false charges against ERAP. They chose to believe every word of the corrupt Singson. Anybody but ERAP was the call of Cardinal Sin when Joseph Estrada was still running for president, and it looked like there was a chance Cardinal Sin would have his wish come true. With the emergence of Singson. Singson, who lives like a king with his mansions and various land holdings and a lavish lifestyle that couldn't be accounted for by his measly salary as a provincial governor. ERAP allowed the legal process to take its course. The impeachment trial began. But the elite conspiracy to oust the father of the masses was already in place. The opposition at the time alleged that incriminating evidence was contained in the second envelope, which was the center of controversy in the impeachment trial. When the majority of the senator judges voted to exclude the second envelope because it was not part of the formal complaint,
the no votes have it.
The prosecutors walked out like sore losers, thus halting the impeachment trial. Chief Justice Hilario Davide did not so much as hold them in contempt for the walkout, which turned out to be a signal for the power grab to begin. The church elite, big business, and the politicians under their influence, along with some shady elements in the PNP and AFP, closed ranks against ERAP. The EDSA Shrine became the center of their protest activities, which ERAP refused to suppress. The media went full blast, demonizing ERAP. In a few days, The power grab conspiracy succeeded.
We have to proceed to EDSA to administer the oath on the Vice President as acting President.
In all humility, I accept the privilege and responsibility to act as President.
As acting President.
To act as President.
To avoid violence, Erap decided to move out from Malacanang along with his family. But he never ever suggested that he was going to resign.
I will not resign.
The power grabbers took advantage of the confusion and illegally swore into office Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. The Constitution provides that a sitting president can only be replaced if he resigns, dies, gets incapacitated, or gets convicted after being impeached. None of these four conditions existed at the time. Clearly, the Constitution was violated to remove the father of the masses who had been a threat to the interests of the conspirators. Evidence would later turn up to prove that Gloria Arroyo had long been hatching a conspiracy to